Hello, my old school soul food family. Chef Jeffrey back with another video. Okay, today is my first of a series as y'all been following my Instagram and my Facebook and my YouTube. It's almost back to school. This is about 2.5 weeks here in the Katy, Houston area. I think they go back September 8th virtual, and then I don't know when they're going to go in class. But anyway, it's back to school time. For a lot of people, some people already done went back to school. So I'm doing some old school cafeteria items we used to have in high school, junior high, elementary when we went to school. And I think it's going to be kind of fun for the next few weeks, so y'all kind of get used to it. Some stuff I'm going to make homemade, some stuff I'm going to brew out of the can, just like they would do in the cafeteria. So I'm starting out this week, or today, I'm doing old school pizza. A square pizza like you get in the pan, square like you get at school. I'm doing ground meat. We didn't have Italian sausage. I'm going to do ground meat and pepperoni on top of it. But first off, I'm going to make the dough. I don't believe in buying dough, you know, the one that's baked already in the store. I just don't like that. I've been baking. I baked exclusively a part of my life for 6 years. That's all I did for 6 years in the kitchen for 6 years. I've been cooking, of course, for over almost 38 years. But 6 years of that, I was exclusive a baker. I baked pizza dough, cakes, pies, rolls. I mean, about 50-pound batches of dough. And baking is just I just love it. I just absolutely love it. So I'm going to use my pizza dough that I've been using for years. And I'm going to use this to make my pizza dough. It's very simple. This dough is so simple. And I'm going to show you how to foolproof make it. I'm making pizza dough. All it is flour, yeast, water, salt. That's it, and sugar. That's it. So we're going to get started here. I'm going to show you step by step in no fair way. I got my bowl here. I got my bowl filled with warm water. It's very important when you're making dough, completing yeast, that everything is warm. Yeast feeds off warmth and sugar. Salt will kill yeast. You make the water too hot, it'll kill it. Two things will kill yeast. Hot water is too hot, over 180 degrees to 200 degrees will kill yeast. And salt will kill it. Yeast feeds off warmth. Warmth, remember, not hot, but warmth and sugar. That's what yeast feeds off of. So we're going to feed this yeast for like 7 minutes. So I got my bowl here with warm water. I'm going to take a cup and a half of this. And I double the recipe. My recipe says about 1/3 of a cup. But that's for one recipe. I'm going to double this because I'm making a double batch because I'm making a big pizza. So remember, this bowl is warm. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to pour my warm water in here. I'm going to pour my yeast in here. And a little sugar in here. Make sure this is sugar, not salt. I'm going to stir this up a little. Give this a little stir here. I'm going to let this yeast wake up because it's asleep right now. You want this yeast to wake up a little before I add the flour to this. So let this here, put that on there. So it's going to take about 5 minutes for this thing to wake up a little, and we're going to be right back, and we're going to go to the next process. So we'll be right back. All right, y'all, we are back. Now see how this yeast has woken up? See this? See how it's waking up? This thing is alive and well, and it's ready for the flour. This is what you want. This is what the sugar does in the warm water. If you put too much, if you make the water too hot, it's not going to do this. If you don't add enough sugar, it's not going to do this. Yeast's going to be dead. If you don't see this, don't even bother about making your dough because it's not going to be a perfectly nice dough. This is what you want. Okay, now, what I'm going to do now, very simple. I'm going to move this around. And I'm going to add my flour to this, little by little. In fact, let me raise this dough hook up. So all we're going to do, y'all, add the flour. I got the sugar and the salt, the rest of the sugar and the salt in this flour. So we're going to knead this up. Some people are so intimidated with dough. The rest in here. In fact, I'll put it all in there, it don't matter. big bowl here. So if you got a smaller mixer, of course it's gonna take longer. And depending on where you stay, you might have to add more flour to this dough. But or even a little bit more liquid to it. It might be, if it's a little bit too dry, add a little bit more warm water. If it's too loose, add a little bit more flour. Add a little bit more water to this. Like I say, sometimes you gotta add a little bit more water. It don't take me usually a minute or two. You don't have to, that's one thing about pizza dough. You don't have to knead it for 7-8 minutes. That's it. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little flour on my board here. We're gonna take this off. Forgot I locked that thing. There's some flour on the dough here. See, that's what you want. Look at that. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just knead it about 2 or 3 minutes. Make a nice ball. See what I'm doing here? Just knead the dough, get a little bit more gluten in it. And I use all-purpose flour. It ain't even necessary to make use bread flour. You can, you want to, but use all-purpose flour. If you don't cook a lot of breads and things, don't go out and waste your money with bread flour. Okay, that's it. That's what you want. Just make a nice little ball with that. Now what I'm gonna do, wash my hands here. I mean, y'all see that's easy. See that? Easy, huh? Now what I do, I got a bowl here. It's greased. What I do, all I do is just spray it with Vaseline or spray. I'm gonna put that in here. I'm gonna cover it with a kitchen towel. Kitchen towel here. And I got my oven set at 350 degrees. I'm gonna set this right on top of my stove where it's warm. That's it, right on top of the stove. Cut your stove on 350 degrees. Set the dough on top of there in about an hour. So we're gonna come back in a few minutes. I'm gonna clean up here. We're gonna do our toppings, which all it is pepperoni, ground meat, and I'm gonna put some mozzarella cheese. And I ain't gonna put no onions, no mushroom. We didn't get that in school. You had one meat on there and some cheese in the dough. That's it. Nothing fancy. So we're gonna be right back. All right, y'all, we back here. Like I said, all I'm gonna do here now, I just wanna get the toppings going for later for the pizza. Only thing I'm doing is we're gonna do ground meat and pepperoni. That's gonna be my toppings. Of course, mozzarella cheese. It's nothing fancy about this. I'm gonna season my ground meat. I'm gonna put a little Uncle Steve steak in there and some cabbages, and that's about it. I'm gonna put me some cabbages, and I gotta have my ground meat make sure it's very seasoned. Want your pizza to be seasoned there. Put my shake in there. You can use whatever seasoning you want. It don't have to be this one. But make sure y'all go. If you don't have this sweet and spicy, I use the extra, what is this one here? I always get it wrong. Sweet and spicier, that's the one I use. Go to ultrasteveshake.com. In the special instruction box, put old school soul food and you'll get the, just like this. You'll get the old school soul food shake, just like this one. Okay, let that cook there. And the pepperoni, I'm gonna slice, I'm not gonna put sliced pepperoni on that. We're gonna dice this up. School, you don't get no fancy pepperoni. I'm gonna chop this up. We're gonna put some chopped pepperoni on there. Just like you did in school, y'all. Just like you did in school. Ain't gonna be no fancy sliced pepperoni. Trying to get it as authentic as I can, y'all. Authentic as I can here. It's gonna be one meaty pizza, y'all. I guarantee you, if y'all follow this recipe, you'll never buy pizza again in a pizza joint. Like I tell people, I can make anything you can get in a restaurant just as good. And the thing advantage about that, you know what's in it. You know who cooking it. You know it's safe. That's in the stuff we're going through right now. People are just overwhelming trying to be safe, and that's understandable. This like the ground meat. And really, I don't want to actually break this up too much. I want more of a chunkier ground meat, so I'm trying not to break it up too much so it can be kind of chunky on the pizza. Remember, that's how we got it in the cafeteria, in the school cafeterias. And like I say, we're going to dice this up here. There's going to be no fancy sliced pepperoni pieces. It's going to be all pieces. And that's it. Put this in the bowl here. We're going to put it back in the fridge for later on. That's when our dough gets ready, of course. And again, my team told me to reiterate. Well, that's a fancy word. Reiterate. Let me tell you again. Turn your oven up 350 degrees. Put your dough on top of the stove. Don't put it inside the stove. Because some people are going to say, oh, you told me to put it inside. No. Put the bowl on top of the stove to give you the what's he doing when you cut the oven on? What happens? Everybody knows what happens in your house when you cut the stove on. It gets hot. So this is the hottest place in your home is right now. If you turn the stove up 350 degrees, it's going to help your dough rise better. That's what you want to do. Want the dough to double in size. And then we'll use it. So put it on top of the stove and reiterate again. Don't put it in the stove. We're not going to put it in the stove till we put all the toppings on there. So, yeah. So that's it. So I'll get comments or emails and messages. Oh, you told me to put the bowl on top of the stove. No. Okay. We're going to put this in the refrigerator. Is that cool? And we're going to get our thing. We're going to drain this ground meat. Let me get my drain pan colander here. When that's cooked, we're going to drain that off and put this meat in the, get it ready for the pizza. We're going to cool this off. It won't take long to cook this ground meat. Like I said, I don't want to break it up too much. It's nice and seasoned, but you're going to make a better pizza. And that's it. Now I'm going to drain this ground meat, get it drained, and we're going to wait on our pizza dough to get double in size, and we're going to go on to the next step, y'all, of the old school square pizza. So we'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back here. Okay, we're going to look at our dough. See our dough is double in size there. That's what we want. Now, what we're going to do now, we're going to punch it down. That's what we're going to do. Punch it down there. Now, we're going to roll this out and get ready for the pan. I'm going to put some flour on my counter here. I usually never use just my counter, but I need a big counter space for this because I'm going to put it in a big old, see my sheet pan there. So I need to make sure I have enough space for this. Okay. this out. Now, I need to roll this out. Hold on, y'all. Let's get it set here. We need to roll this thing out very, very wide. Very wide, y'all. Get it in the sheet pan. And y'all, this is something y'all can make with your kids. This would be very fun. Have like a pizza night on Friday nights. The kids, if you got a lot of kids, they would definitely enjoy this. Definitely enjoy this. Put a little bit more flour on top so they don't stick here. Make sure it's bigger than my pan. Oh yeah, a little bit more. A little bit more, and we'll have us a big old pizza there. Okay. Now what we're gonna do? We're gonna roll this on my there, and we're gonna put it in a pan here. See how easy this is, y'all? Mix it up in the pan here. Rip a little, that's fine. Okay. Now the thing is, I want to make a nice edge on it. For y'all like that thick crust on the end. When it come out, that's the key. When you're eating pizza and you like that big crust there. That's what we want to do here. Roll it up under, roll it up under, roll it up under. We're going to use every bit of this dough. See that? See that there? There we go. Now you actually can cook this, do the pizza like this raw. But what I like to do, I like to par-bake my crust. Because to ensure that it's gonna get done. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put this in the oven for about, say 15 minutes and let it par bake. First I'm gonna dock it. Dock it means I'm gonna put a few holes in there, like that. Put some holes in there so it don't puff up. Don't worry, you go all the way through, that's fine. That sauce and cheese is going to make sure it doesn't puff up. See that? See, y'all can make your own dough at home and you don't have to be buying no pizza from Papa John's and Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, or whatever them pizza places. I don't buy a lot of pizza out. I make my own pizzas. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wipe that flour that's on the bottom of the pan off. I got flour, I don't want that to burn in the stove. So we're gonna put this in the oven for about 10 minutes. We'll be back and we'll top it off. So we'll be right back, put this in the oven, about 10 minutes, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back. Okay, we're gonna check our pizza dough. Oh yeah, this is what you want. Look at that. That's why I part cooked it off. Because I want it to puff up, see that? And cook, part bake off a little. Now we're going to add our toppings to this. We're going to add our toppings to this now. Very simple toppings. As a matter of fact, pizza sauce, it's nothing fancy. I use the, just over a little. Just a little here. All I use is, you can get some ragu pizza sauce, any kind of pizza sauce you see in the store. It's no big deal. We're going to put our pizza sauce first. Make sure we get it all completely around here. Some people like a little sauce, some people don't like any sauce. Definitely like sauce on mine. get any on the, I'm gonna use this whole jar for this. Like I said, I like a lot of sauce on mine. You get it all the way in there really nice, y'all. All even there. And I like to put the sauce on there while it's warm so that sauce gonna all soak into the crust. Okay, now I like to put cheese twice on mine. I'm gonna put cheese before the meat and then cheese after the meat. For me, it gives it that little extra. This is mozzarella. This is the only cheese I use on pizza. Of course, you can use other kind of cheese. Me, mozzarella is the thing. Just a little here. On the bottom to coat it. You can put a little Parmesan too if you want. I mean, whatever cheese you like. You can use whatever toppings you like. It's all up to you. But I'm keeping it old school, traditional, like in the cafeteria at school. You don't get all that onions and mushrooms and all that on it. You just get regular old ground meat on there. Of course, I'm going to put pepperoni on this one too. So, the ground meat first. Spread it around there evenly. Put the pepperoni. Like I said, I dice it up. You don't get no fancy slices. Don't have to be fancy with it. Down there. How easy this is, y'all. Like I said, you can do this with your kids, and you can just be all creative if you want with the put the rest of that meat on there. It's gonna be a meaty pizza, meaty cheesy pizza, y'all. Okay, now we in with cheese. I'm gonna wash my hands here. And we're gonna put cheese on top, and that's gonna pretty much do it. Okay. Then you in with cheese. So easy, y'all. So easy. See how easy this pizza is? Pizza, y'all. Evenly with the cheese there. And that's it. We're gonna put it in the oven. Gonna take about 15, sometimes 20 minutes, depending. The oven may vary. I like to do mine about 20 minutes. And we'll come back with a nice golden brown pizza. So we'll put this in the oven. 20 minutes, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back here. Okay, I think the pizza's been about ready. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice and bubbly. The first thing I like to do when my pizza come out, I make a little garlic butter. All this is garlic and butter. This is no big thing. It's a stick of butter with some garlic in there. I like to brush the edge of the crust with it when it first come out. That's it. You can put a little on top, shoot. Put the rest of it on top there. I love garlic. If you don't like garlic, you don't have to do the top. But I ain't gonna waste it. I love garlic, y'all, on my pizza. Put a little on top there. Okay. Now we're gonna let this set here just a little bit, and I'm gonna slide it off the pan right on my board, and we're gonna cut it up. So we'll be right back. All right, y'all, we back for final time here. All right, it's time to eat, y'all. This thing is smelling so good. I wish y'all was here to smell it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this out and just slide it right out here on my board. Very easy. Another thing, another tip, make sure y'all spray your sheet pan so you sure your pizza doesn't stick. Okay, now I'm gonna try to cut it just like in school. So what I'm gonna do, turn the thing this way. I'm gonna cut it in half. Alrighty. And I'm gonna cut it in half again right here. Okay. Another time right here. I'm gonna turn it this way. I think I'm gonna do some big pieces, y'all. Do some Texas style pieces here. You don't have to cut yours this big, but I'm gonna cut mine big, y'all. Here we go. I think in the cafeteria, I think that's how we used to get it that big, y'all. Look at that. Ooh, yes. Can't go wrong with that, y'all. Look at that. That's a piece of that, buddy. Old style. That's hot. See how hot it is? See how hot that is, but look at the crust. Perfectly cooked. Look at that. Can't go wrong with this. Trying to maneuver this, y'all, where I can set my plate down here. That's why I keep moving it around there. Okay, let's try this here. Let me try a piece. Ooh, this thing is gonna be hot. I gotta let this cool a little bit, y'all. Let this cool a little bit. I don't know how to even taste it. Oh yeah. This is nice and tender. Crust is perfect. I'm telling y'all, if y'all make this pizza, go it right according to the directions of the crust. The dough in the recipe gonna make a small pizza. If you wanna make one exactly like this, double the recipe. Cause I made a huge one, because I got some people here coming over want some pizza. They know I'm making pizza, so that's why I made it so big. But if you wanna make it regular, do the regular recipe. If you wanna make it big, just like I did, like this Texas style piece like you get in high school, that's it, man. That's how we got in school. I know y'all remember this. It's so easy. Cooking is easy, y'all, if you just take time and want to do it. Better pizza. This pizza cost me exactly $5 to make. The most expensive part was the ground meat, cost me $3. And $1 and something for the pepperoni. Flour and water and yeast is nothing. $5 you get a pizza like this. So anyway, enough preaching. Give this recipe thumbs up if you like it. Please share, please comment. Please follow my other social media accounts: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Twitch TV, and oldschoolsoulfood.com. Until next time, have a blessed old school soul food day. I'm just eating some pizza, y'all. See y'all later.